hello, beautiful souls. My name is Brooke. I am a twin flame in union. I am the divine masculine within my connection, and Danny is my lovely divine feminine. This is the Empire of Neutrality. I would like to welcome you back to the channel yet again. So for those of you that may be new or might not know, Danny and I both began our spiritual awakening service through tarot. So I will be doing a tarot reading for you guys today. Yeah, it's gonna be a good one. A little intense, but when isn't it? Okay. I would like to take a moment to thank you guys for your inspiration, your support, and your love. And I would like to send blessings and abundance and peace and some relief your way today. I hope that these messages give you the direction and the clarity and maybe even offer a shift in perspective that may lighten the weight, lighten the pressure that you may have been feeling lately. So these messages are going to be for those of you that are in a current connection. If you are drawn to this channel, that is probably because you resonate with the journey of the twin flames. Shout out to the beautiful twin flames on this planet. Shout out to the divine masculine. Shout out to the generous, patient, and compassionate divine feminine. Some of you may be wondering, why is she showing so much love to the divine feminine today? Because I have embodied masculine energy dominantly throughout my journey. However, it has been a really humbling experience to observe and witness myself in feminine energy. We always function and flow within both, within feminine and masculine energy. However, sometimes through trauma, through heartache, through challenging times for the mental body, we seek one or the other for protection. And for me personally, I felt safer in my masculine energy, whereas some people feel safer in their feminine. They like to retreat within, they like to isolate themselves from the situation. So let's get started. I'm sitting here thinking, where do I begin? Where do I find the words to justify what you're going through right now? What can I say to you to invite you to remember that it's all worth it? What can I say to you to assure you that it's bitter right now, but it does get so sweet? And that's challenging because I see you. I see the struggle. I feel the suffering. It's to the point now where it's like, Spirit, I've followed your call. I've stepped up to the plate. I've taken action. I've let go of things. I've let go of people. No, I am not perfect. Yes, I have backtracked a few times. I've looped back around into some behavior that doesn't really serve me, that isn't really helpful. I've done things that, maybe I could have done differently. But are those few things the cause of my suffering right now, of my pain right now, of the dysfunction, of the challenge that I am faced with in my life? It can't be, Spirit. What is going on? Why can't I get a break? When is it going to be my time to shine, to feel peace, to be happy, to feel in love? What is it going to take? I'm tired, right? And for a lot of you, the things that you go through, even the people that are the closest to you, they don't always fully see the extent of the grief that you feel, of the anger, the frustration. It's so frustrating, right? It's like, fuck, oh my God, what do I have to do to get this right? It's these moments right here. These, first card out, these tower moments. These make or break moments. These moments where unforeseen changes come in like a lightning bolt and they strip us from everything we thought we knew. They strip us from the security and the comfort that the mind provided us in understanding which way to go, what we're doing, what our purpose is, right? You have to remember your faith in spirit. One of my friends, Lauren, she is the owner of Untitled Tarot. She's a tarot reader and so much more. But she doesn't call the spiritual awakening journey, spiritual path, the path to enlightenment. She calls it a faith walk. And if there's anything that I can give to you about what I'm picking up on right now, about what you're going through right now, about what we are going through right now, is that it's your faith walk. And faith, even as small as a mustard seed, is all you need. Because here's the thing, when you get to that point where it's that tower moment, that make it or break it moment, that breakdown before the breakthrough, it's when it is the darkest, it's when it is the most confusing. It is when it is the darkest, it is when it is the most confusing, it is when you don't know which way to go. It's when all of your emotions are amplified and a little bit out of control and a little bit chaotic. That is this moment. That is the moment of resurrection. That is the moment of judgment. That is the moment of your breakthrough. So let's get into these cards a little bit and see if Spirit has anything else to offer. Current energy. The Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. So 2 things I want to tell you about the current energy. If you look at it from the Pentacles point of view, from your home, from what your home looks like, from what your finances look like, from what your security in the physical looks like, it looks stagnant. It looks like it's at a standstill, right? The other thing I want to tell you about this Knight of Pentacles and the current energy is that it's a knight, right? It's funny because it's like, can't make this shit up. This is the first card that came out. And this is the very last card that came out. The reason this challenge for many of you in your relationship right now, when it comes to your home, when it comes to your security within your connection, your security within your twin flame relationship, we have this Knight of Pentacles with the Wheel of Fortune. The Knight is someone that is new, right? It's uncharted territory that you haven't been in very long. However, we also have the Wheel of Fortune at the very end, right? That's completion, right? That is the motherfucking emperor, empress, right? They got their shit together. They've been there, done that. For many of you, you've witnessed within your connection this constant loop over and over again. The same trigger, right? The same pattern of challenges with your twin. And many of you switched your approach. Okay, let me try this. Let me go about it this way. Let me approach my twin flame this way. Let me try this mentor. Let me access and use this tool. Right? Yet, no matter which way you seem to approach them, no matter how you try to solve this issue, this is what you get. Defensiveness, attack, arguments, who's right, who's wrong, loop and loop and loop. That's what it seems like. And it becomes so discouraging, especially to a knight, right? A knight's like, okay, I keep doing this. Like, where's my reward? You know, where is my success? That's a knight's mentality. But a king or a queen, a empress or an emperor knows that when there is a cycle that continues to perpetuate itself, they are not a victim to that circumstance, right? You're not a victim here. It's not happening to you. And as true as that is, it's fucking annoying, right? Because it's like, I'm tired of experiencing this. I don't want to go through this anymore. You know, I'm ready to let that go. I'm ready for a change. And that's where your faith comes in. Re-establishing within yourself the drive, the commitment. So here's the thing. In this whole situation we got going on, right? Because in one way or another, we're all experiencing this energy right here. All of us. Unforeseen change, right? We're all experiencing that. Here's something I want you to know about your partner. For many of you, the ones that are sitting in divine feminine energy, your divine masculine right now is wounded. Don't believe me? There's your proof. 10 of Swords. Okay? And no matter how you approach this, no matter how you try to fix this, no matter how you try to make things better, no matter how you try to improve the dynamic between you and your twin, you're still getting the same energy. Defensiveness, arguments, loops, passive aggressiveness, you know, not being able to see each other's point of view, not being able to find a place of compromise. And for some of you, you've questioned, like, where is the line between patience and compassion, right? Those are traits of the divine feminine energy. Where's the line between patience and compassion and just sacrificing myself, sacrificing my boundaries of self-love and self-respect? Because what you're asking for is appropriate. It's acceptable. Some of the things that they are doing, they are saying, some of their behavior is incredibly inappropriate, right? It doesn't work. It isn't love. It's wounding. And it's being projected onto you. And you switch back and forth. For some of you, I'm hearing that you've both had trigger points. You've both had wounds come up. One of you, your shadow work is a little bit easier for you. You know, you get triggered, you observe, you shift some things around, you develop some new tools, you change your approach, you overcome. Okay? And then maybe if another piece comes up, you do the same thing. Like, you kind of got like a routine on how to work through your shadow work. However, your partner, it does not come that naturally to them. And you know this, right? You know this. I'm not telling you anything that you don't know. And that's why you've been so patient, so compassionate, so helpful. You know, how can I help, babe? What do you need? You know, going that extra mile to make sure their needs are met, to make sure they feel safe with you, to make sure they're nurtured, to make sure they are loved. And you don't feel like you're getting that reciprocation in return. You feel like your effort isn't being honored. You feel like your effort isn't being appreciated. And then that builds this energy of resentment towards them, of anger and frustration, because in your mind, it's one-sided. You don't see them taking action in the way that you are, but they're not there yet. Here's something I want you to know about where they're at. See this current energy? We got the Knight, the Seven of Wands, Ten of Swords, and the Nine of Cups. There is one thing in common about all these cards. It's one person. Okay? Yes, they're projecting. Yes, they're defensive. Yes, they are as tired of hearing you repeat yourself just as much as you are tired of repeating yourself. This I promise you. Okay? So the key for you is to retract your energy. Okay? There was a time when, yes, they needed that extra nourishment from you. They needed that extra helping hand. They needed your suggestions. They honor and appreciate your suggestions. Don't take their defensiveness right now. Don't take their inability to be able to receive you right now, to be able to hear what you are saying, to be able to articulate and express that they value what you have to say and that they care about how you feel. But right now, they need to focus on themselves. They don't really have that extra energy to give you the validation that you need, that you're being the partner that you so desire to be. Because you are, okay? But they don't have the energy to validate that for you right now. So you have to trust that. You have to trust that you have done and are doing what you can do. Now, moving forward, they need time to establish a foundation within themselves of emotional fulfillment, of emotional contentment within themselves on their own right now. Because the more that you're focusing in on them, the more that you're putting your energy here, the more that you're trying to help, the more that you're offering suggestions, the more that you're confronting them with your feelings. And yes, it is incredibly appropriate and justifying for you to express and share how you feel with your partner. But for right now, baby, nurture your own emotions. Just like they need time to construct a foundation internally that leaves them secure and safe within their own emotional waters, you also are being asked to do the same. Mirror, mirror, twin flame, what's good? Okay? You're being asked to pull your energy back. Yes, they know that they're not meeting your needs, or they're not able to rise to the occasion right now. They know that. They are trying. It may not look like to you that they're trying, but they are. For most of you that are found this video, your person is trying. Your person cares. That's some heavy shit right there. That's some heavy shit. And while yes, you are to enforce your boundaries and self-respect. Yes, you are to enforce your boundaries of self-love. They have heard you out and they are willing to meet you in those needs. However, right now, you gotta be able to neutralize your own emotional discontent with this situation. If you have an issue and you voiced it and they know, and they are attempting to shift this, but they haven't gotten to you yet. They still got to get to them through themselves. One of my favorite sayings that Spirit ever gave me is that you got to go through you to get to the we. They have to go through themselves to get to that, to get to you guys, right? They have to go through themselves to get to the union energy. They have to find that harmony, that contentment within themselves to access the union of your energy. And same thing with you. Are you diving into rejection? Are you diving into seeking validation? Are you diving into emotional codependency? You know? So that's on both sides. If you can draw back all this energy that you've put into them, right? You've just been pounding them, boom, here's some more energy, boom, here's some more, boom, here's some more, boom, boom, brrr, right? Just pounding them with energy. And they needed that. It's going to propel them forward. However, now, give them time to harness it. Give them time to create that foundation with the energy that you've given them. Give them time to go through themselves, to get to you guys, to get to you both. While they're doing that, take all of that energy that you just keep pouring into a cup. It does not need your energy. This cup is good. Okay? So all that energy that you've been putting there, all of that pressure, I just heard Divine Masculine go, thank you, Brooke. Amen. Please tell them about the pressure that I'm under. All of that pressure that you just keep pushing on top of that, on top of them. Pull it all back for a little bit and just faith wall, baby. Just on faith. Just walk that shit out. Every time those feelings of discontent come up, you can satisfy yourself. Trust them. Trust yourself. Trust all of the energy, all of the emotion, all of the love, all of the nourishment that you've put into this cup. Trust them to drink it. And then when they're finished, to give it back to you. Okay? And take all of that energy and focus it back on you. Okay? Because there's a lot of projecting going on here. You're projecting, they're projecting, you're projecting your insecurities, they're projecting their feelings of inadequacy, and all of that projecting, it gets things all distorted, it gets people defensive, you attacking the person that you love, and it's just like all fucked up, right? It's advice to you right now is both of you. You know, I know how twin flame journeys work. You come together and it's just like boom, like shit pops off. Like it's intense, it's surreal, it's so much love and it's so much healing. And in the beginning, you need both of you kind of working at it, you know, chipping away the distortion and the shadow and working together and healing and being all in love, right? Okay, you do need that in the beginning, but now it's kind of like before you two got together, where you need that independent time, that personal time, that self-reflection time by yourself. You can do it on your own. You were doing it before you met him, right? So now it's like the same thing. However, you have their energy assisting you, but not the pressure of their energy pushing you. There's a very big difference in holding space and in putting pressure on someone, right? So let them journey themselves, and you journey yourself. Take care of yourself. Validate your own emotions. Do some journaling. You don't have to nitpick and pick out every little thing that they do wrong. You don't have to voice every little thing that upsets you or that triggers you. You know, you can internally neutralize those things without the validation of this person, right? Influencing energy, okay? Stop trying to give them your cup. You know what I mean? It's hard. It's like, to you, maybe the one that shadow work comes a little easier to. It's like, oh, but I have the answers, but I have solutions, but I have tools, I have suggestions. I know that these things can work, and, you know, I want to help, I want to be there, but they need to learn to fly on their own. You can't carry them. And you gotta trust that. You have to have faith in their process and also honor their process. It is different than yours. Their journey is different than yours. And honoring that, respecting that. They don't need your 2 cent input on everything. And, that's kind of hard to hear, but I'm saying it to myself as well. They don't need to be nitpicked. They don't need to be told what to do. They don't need you to hold their hand. They don't need you to confront them with every little thing that they do wrong when they're already battling the wounds from their childhood that have made them feel inadequate, that have made their masculine energy wounded. Sometimes, it's almost like they see you as not an enemy, but it's not like you're on the same page. They feel like they have to defend themselves to you, right? So to get back in a stance of being a supporter to them, just give them some space. Honor their process. Take the pressure off of them. Stop, nitpicking and confronting them with every little thing that bothers you, every little thing that they do wrong, every little thing that they say that they could have said better. You know what I mean? So to regain that trust in you, trust them. To regain that position of friendship, loyalty, give them some space to grow, to fly. We got the Hermit here, the Strength card. Now, I'm not saying that you have to just withdraw, right? The Hermit. You don't have to withdraw your love. That's not what I'm saying. They need your love. They need your comfort. But maybe instead of being the wife that corrects them, maybe be the friend that uplifts them, that's on their side. Give them a win. That's the thing about masculine energy. Masculine energy wants to provide, right? They want to feel needed. They want to feel adequate. They want to feel like they're meeting your needs. Give them a win every now and then. That's what a friend does. They don't knock you when you're down. That's how sometimes relationships can end up being that way, where unconsciously you're knocking the person that you love when they're down, when really they need a friend, not a biased lover, right? And that's what they need from you. They need their friend back. And I know that for some of you, this has been like a really long, challenging years worth of processing, right? Where it's just like, when do we get a break? When do we overcome this? I don't know how much longer I can be patient and compassionate. I know you don't want to hear, but that is the key. Being patient with their process. Being courageous enough to support them and give them a win. That's my challenge for you guys. Give your masculine a win. See how challenging that is for you. To maybe when you're in the middle of an argument or a bicker, to surrender and give them the win out of love, out of encouragement. That's what you want, right? You want them to see you. You want them to understand how you feel. You want them to hear you and really acknowledge the things that you are telling them. Then do the same for them. Surrender the fight. and encourage them, uplift them, give them the win. And that will give them that strength, man, that courage, that passion, that drive to really meet you where you want them to meet you. It's like a kid, man. If you're trying to teach a kid to do something and every time they don't do it, you fuss at them, argue with them, yell at them, you punish them, you take something away, you send them in the corner, jeez, that's not encouraging. It's not uplifting. It's not motivating. It doesn't give you the drive to want to change anything. If anything, you just want to retreat when you're being treated that way. You want to shut down. You want to get out of it. It's miserable, right? So instead, reward them. Give them the win. And that will give them that drive, that inspiration, that affection, right? Let's get some final messages. Here's another thing. If you're continuously looking to validate why they were wrong or validate why you feel the way you feel because of something that they said or did or because of something they didn't do, if you're constantly trying to prove that, you will manifest that. And they will continue to validate that for you by doing things that you don't prefer, by saying things that you don't like, by behaving in ways that you don't like. Because that's what the mind does. That's the power of the mind, is manifesting those things into reality to validate your creatorship. We got some light work and twin flame star seeds in the house. And when you do start to feel resentment, anger, and bitter, and lack of compassion, and just frustrated and irritable and sick of your partner, those are signs, those are red flags that you have disconnected from the heart space. As soon as you tap back into the portal of your heart, it will remind you of your devotion, of your love, how much you love them. And when you access that love, that connection to unity consciousness, the connection to your union energy, it will give you, it will provide you with the patience and compassion needed to prevail. Inner temple, devotion, tune into the portal of your heart. Align your life. What is not aligned or needs to change? They have stuff, starseeds, what lights you up? They have stuff that is their priority right now. And it's not you. You're always their priority. You're the love of their life, okay? But they trust that you will be there when they get finished with their faith walk. They trust that you will be there after they slay their demons. They trust that you love them enough and are devoted to them to give them some time to heal. Final messages from our twin flames, from a light working twin flame star seed. Have a little fun, man. Take the pressure off. Clean some shit up. Do things yourself. Neutralize your emotions yourself. Just for now, man. It's not going to be like that forever. Times, even just all of us, we have these things come up and they seem so like serious, so significant, so detrimental that we start thinking like, there's ultimatums like, this has to be fixed now. I'm not going to live my whole life this way. I can't live a life where you're not listening to what I'm saying. I can't live a life where you're not honoring how I feel. Or, I can't live a life where I can express my needs. I can't live a life where my needs aren't being met. And it's just like, whoa, baby, 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 come back to me. Where are you? Come back to this moment. Come back to me. Come back to our love. This is season, baby. It's not forever. But this love that we have, that's forever, baby. Right? Final messages, please. Quiet retreat. It's time to disconnect from the outer world so that you can discern and process your true thoughts and feelings from your inner world. Create this quiet time for yourself and you'll have more clarity about what to do next. Quit going to them for the solution. Quit trying to have these conversations where y'all come to a compromise and try to figure some shit out, and just don't even, right? You don't need to. Have those talks with yourself. Connect to God. Pray. Connect to spirit. Connect to your higher self. You don't always have to, and Lauren from Untitled Tarot taught me this. Sometimes a solution to a physical problem isn't a physical solution. Sometimes it's an emotional solution, right? Sometimes it's a spiritual solution. Sometimes it's a psychological solution, right? You have things that are kind of wonky in your home life, in your external world, in your relationship. Maybe the solution to that could be reconnecting in an emotional level. Not trying to solve the problem in the 3D, but connecting to their mental body, connecting to their spiritual body, and kind of rebirthing the foundation of your friendship, your relationship. Because trust for the divine masculine isn't really found in the external physical world. Safety for the divine masculine is established in a psychological way, on a mental level, on an emotional level. So maybe instead of putting all the energy on the external and what's going wrong there, refocusing a little bit to building your relationship, building your friendship on a mental level, on an emotional level, spending some time there. But again, I'm not telling you to switch your focus from the physical to the mental, the emotional, the psychological. Still retract all that pressure, right? But you can still rekindle and rebirth along the way. Conscious consumer. I'm hearing for some of you, be careful. The news that you're watching, the TV shows, be careful of the environments you're putting yourself in. Be careful of those things, because a lot of you are empaths and you will absorb things. And especially if you're not cleansing and clearing your energy appropriately, you can absorb things that cause a lot of manipulation and distortion and dysfunction between you and your twin. So be careful what you are consuming. You have the power to heal and help the world with your decision to buy only products and services that are ethical and environmentally friendly. As a conscious consumer, you choose to invest in fair trade and organic goods. You live simply and you purchase only that which you need. And for some of you, your needs maybe aren't being met exactly how you'd prefer them to be met. But it's not life or death, okay? And it's not forever. It's just a rough patch, right? Power of prayer. Give the situation to God for uplifting and healing, and be open to miracles. Heaven's unlimited resources, love, and answers are awaiting your prayers. Be sure to act upon the divine guidance God gives to you in response to your prayers. Don't forget to ask, man. Like, sometimes we get so caught up in our shit that, like, we didn't even ask Spirit, like, hey, Spirit, can you help me out with this? Hey, Spirit, you got any advice? Can you give me some direction? And also we get so involved in the problem that we are so fixated on solving it ourselves that we don't leave space open for Spirit to provide solutions, right? So again, you take anything from this reading, take some of the pressure off, okay? Empire of Neutrality loves you. We love you so, so, so much. Sending you all massive amounts of blessing, good karma, friendship, love, fun, appreciation. I love you guys. We love you guys. An Empire of Neutrality out.